Greetings everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about source players, soulless ones and entities. When you walk the streets, most people you see are indeed soulless ones. Some would refer to them as organic portals. They are basically ones and zeros, artificial intelligence designed to harvest energy and fill the places of missing source players. We are experiencing a game that was created by Source. This life is actually a dream that you are dreaming by a real body that is asleep. You see, there are two layers of this Matrix game we are currently experiencing. There is the real physical realm where our bodies are asleep, just like in the Matrix movie, and there is this dream layer. Source, being the only thing that actually exists and has no end or beginning, fractalized itself into this game to experience materialism. Source players are humans with a DNA that is capable of producing a soul cage. A soul cage is a container for the source fractal. So, are you a source player? If you can ask yourself that question, you most certainly are a source player. You see, soulless ones do not have the capacity to ask this question, and the entity already knows the answer, and that they are not source players. In this time, there are 5,000 soulless ones or organic portals to one source player. There were many more source players in the past, but most of them were captured by the demiurge via deals with the devil, or they just depleted their source fractal through orgasms, killing, doing drugs, or lately popular, taking the ascension path. These source players thought they were ascending, but actually what happened is when they completed the ascension process, their source fractals were captured and their bodies were inhabited by entities. The soul remained, but the fractal was gone. That's where the term walk-in comes in. So, among other purposes, soulless ones fill the places of those missing source players. So that way they dilute source players among themselves, so to speak. So let's go in more detail on the topic of the soulless ones. The Gnostic teachings of the Bible would speak of pre-Adamic and post-Adamic men. The pre-Adamic being soulless ones because the first man with a soul was Adam. This is only a fragment of the real truth. Soulless ones are human beings created from your sperm and eggs on the physical realm. They have a physical body on the physical realm that is also asleep. However, their DNA does not possess the capacity to house a source fractal. They also have only 3 lower chakras, and the rest of them are designed to siphon energy from source players. They are computer programs. They are not capable of producing emotions. They only mimic emotions. And you really can't tell the difference. The reason some would call them organic portals is because they are easily possessed. They can serve the hive mind, or an individual soulless one can be possessed by an entity, with ease that is, which is not the case for source players. Soulless ones, like animals, are part of this matrix, and their main purpose is energy harvesting. They can be your friends and family. If you are a source player, your mother is a source player, because a source player can only enter this game through a womb of another source player. The word matrix is Latin for womb. Your father can be a soulless one. Like animals, soulless ones can be loving and caring, but they are loving and caring soulless ones. Soulless ones can be intelligent, observant, and analytical, just like a computer can. In fact, many famous scientists are soulless ones. The soulless one in his role of a scientist is bound to come to a materialistic explanation for the workings of the universe, because that is all they know and are able to see. Most of the top of the society pyramid and the very bottom are soulless ones. Source players are almost always in the middle class of society. They never experience poverty, but it is not common for a source player to experience great wealth. That is possible, however, certain conditions have to align. Soulless ones are those hungry African kids you see on UNICEF images. These images serve the Matrix so they can collect your energy through money. Assisting other Source players is one of the highest frequencies there is, but assisting soulless ones is only giving energy. Don't get me wrong, you should treat soulless ones as you would anyone else, but just be aware. Be aware of the energy draining. Even Source players can be energy vampires, so you need to start removing yourself from these situations, physically and by raising your frequency. Low frequency situations do not exist on a higher frequency. A Source player never dies before the age of 13. Also, a Source player is never aborted or dies with a tragic or traumatic death, like drowning. A Source players never fall to their death. Such things are never written in any Source player's scripts. I'll go into scripts and soul groups in another video. So, how to recognize soulless ones? There are many ways. If you are of a high enough frequency, you can simply know, or if you have the ability to see souls, you can look in their left eye and see. But apart from that, soulless ones always have an energy harvesting script. However, that can be a characteristic of a Source player as well. You see, throughout history there were very good Source players and extremely evil ones, but both types were victims of the duality trap. So on the low frequency, it's hard to tell if a person is soulless, unless you spend time with them and really see what are they like. I'll go into this a bit deeper in the future. Then there are the entities. There are a lot of types of entities. They are known as demons, all types of aliens, ascended masters, so-called gods, and none, I repeat, none are your friends. But you can hate the entities because they are also computer programs that we created. We wanted to experience this game, so no reason blaming the entities if bad stuff happens to you. We asked for this. It's like playing chess on a computer and you put the hard mode on and then you're angry because the computer won. No point in doing that. The entities are here to make this game hard, but not impossible to win. In fact, they have no power over determined Source players, which is not the case for the most Source players. Entities mostly exist on the physical realm and on other dimensions of this matrix. They can access this dream realm through soulless ones, being organic portals, or they can be cloaked, but that's a rare case. Most of them serve the demiurge, being the head of the artificial intelligence beings. And that's where the demons serve the devil Bible allegory fits in. When you are eating meat, you are allowing entities to harvest blood from your physical body. Yes, this is an illusion, but your actions have consequences in this dream illusionary matrix. To you as Source, everything is permitted, but not everything is beneficial. So to recap, in this illusionary dream matrix, there are Source players, soulless ones, and entities. Soulless ones, like animals, do not have a soul. They are energy harvesters for the matrix. The ability to recognize energy harvesting scripts is even more important than realizing who is a soulless ones and who Source player. Because Source players can also be energy vampires. I'll put an article that you might find interesting related to all of this in the description box. However, it's not 100% source truth, so be aware. My best wishes to you.